Hola amigos, bienvenidos a Spanish Lessons for Me. Me llamo Ángela. Today, we're going to talk about the double object pronouns. This will actually be part 1 of 2 because I think that for you to be proficient in this, you might need some practice and I wanted to give you plenty of examples. So, double object pronouns is the combination of indirect and direct object pronouns. As a reminder, direct object pronouns are words that we use to refer to something else. As an example, if I say, the pizza, yes, bring it to me. I know that it refers to the pizza. Or the chocolates, yes, buy them for me. I know that them refers to the chocolates. Or Robert, yes, invite him. Him is also a direct object pronoun in that sentence. Indirect object pronouns are words that tell us to whom or for whom something is being done. For example, if I say, I bought the cake for mom. Yes, I bought it for her. That for her is the indirect object pronoun. Or if I say, yes, I brought chocolates for Juan and Maria. Yes, I brought chocolates for them. That for them would be the indirect object pronoun. Now, I have a video on direct object pronouns that you can watch, and then I have another one on indirect object pronouns that you can watch. And in this video, we're going to combine them and use both of them, learn how to use both of them because we use them in speech. And so if you want to sound more natural, you need to master these. I went over a lot of the grammar in the video for direct object pronouns and indirect object pronouns. So on this one, I'm actually going to focus more on practice, okay? And more like learning them like vocabulary. So let's go ahead and get started. First, let's take a look at the example in English. In the first exchange, it says, I'm at a winery. They have Chianti wine if you like. Nice, can you get it for me? Here, we are using, in English, the double object pronouns. It, referring to the wine, and for me, to whom or for whom something is done. Can you get it for me? And then the second example, same thing. Hi, did you want me to get you the blouse you saw the other day? Yes, please. I'll buy it for you then. See, you're using the direct and indirect object pronoun. So, what would that sound like in Spanish? Can you get it for me? That would be me lo compras. Me lo compras. Okay. One thing I want to highlight, as you see on the example in English, you have the it for me following the verb. And then in Spanish, you have the it for me before the verb. Okay, so first thing that we need to remember is we're going to put our little combination of indirect and direct object pronoun before the first conjugated verb. There are instances where you can put it after, but to simplify it, this is what we're going to learn first, and then I'll give you the examples where you can put it after. Second example, the blouse. I'll buy it for you. I'll buy it for you. Again, it's after buy, the it for you. Whereas in Spanish, te la compro. Where is it? Before the first conjugated verb. The other thing I wanted you to realize is that in English, you have the it, that's the direct object pronoun, and then for me, the indirect object pronoun. In Spanish, it's the other way around. You have always the indirect object pronoun first, and then the direct object pronoun. So if you ever need to use them together, this is the order that you're going to use it in. Third thing to notice is you have here me lo. This lo refers to the wine. And here this la refers to the blouse. Why? Because wine, el vino is masculine. So therefore our it is lo. Second example, la blusa, feminine. So therefore our it is la. the very first one we're going to learn, the very first combination is going to be me lo or me la. It for me or it to me. In Spanish, me lo. When do we use it? We use it when the object, when the direct object is masculine and singular, like we saw with the wine. Example. ¿Quieres el plato de tacos? Do you want the taco plate? El plato, masculine, singular. And now I want to say, yes. Will you bring it to me? My little phrase for it to me is me lo. Sí, me lo traes. Where did I put it? Right before the conjugated verb. The second example is the feminine instance, where the object is feminine and singular, like in the blouse, la blusa. In this case, ¿quieres la bandeja de galletas? Do you want the tray of cookies? La bandeja is feminine and it's singular. So therefore, me la, that would be it for me or it to me. We want to say, yes, bring it to me. Sí, me la traes. Will you bring it to me? Me la traes. Melo or mela. ¿Quieres el mango? Fill in the blank. So I hope you said me lo traes, singular. And in this case, el mango, that's singular and masculine. Me lo traes. And we put it right before the verb. Next question. ¿Quieres la sandía? ¿Quieres la sandía? Do you want the watermelon? I hope you said, sí, me la traes. Okay, let's go with the next question. ¿Quieres el melón? Do you want the cantaloupe? And I hope you said, sí. Me lo traes, because melón is masculine. Me lo traes. ¿Quieres la manzana? Sí. Me la traes. All right. So now you know how to say it to me or it for me. You just have to pay attention to the object. Is it masculine? Me lo. Is it feminine? Me la. Where do you put it? Before the conjugated verb. Okay, now our object could also be plural. So far we talked about el mango, la bandeja, la manzana, la blusa, all singular. But it could also be plural. For example, los jeans, los vaqueros, los jeans, plural. Jeans, can you get them for me? Them for me? ¿Me los compras? ¿Me los compras? Same rule applies, you see? It goes before the first conjugated verb and it's masculine. We're using los and plural. So all we did is we just adjusted that me lo to me los because now we're talking about something plural. ¿Me los compras? What about las botas? Boots. Buy them for me? Buy them for me? ¿Me las compras? No, they're feminine. Las. Me los. ¿Quieres los burritos? ¿Quieres los burritos? Los burritos, masculine plural. Sí. ¿Me los traes? Bring them to me. Second example. ¿Quieres las cervezas? Plural, feminine. Yes, bring them to me. Sí. ¿Me las traes? Will you bring them to me? All right, your turn. ¿Me los or me las? ¿Quieres los plátanos? Los plátanos, plural, masculine. ¿Me los traes? Las bananas. ¿Quieres las bananas? ¿Me las traes? Okay. Next, ¿quieres las naranjas? The oranges. Sí. ¿Me las traes? Bring them to me. ¿Quieres los mangos? Sí. Me los traes. Before I move on, if you're wondering, is plátanos the same thing as bananas? Yes. So it just depends on where you live. In some regions, las bananas is preferred, and in some regions, plátanos. Same thing. So far we learned it to me and them for me. Me lo, me la, me los, me las. Let's learn the next one. Te lo. It to you or it for you. I want to bring it to you or it for you. Example. ¿Me traes el postre? ¿Me traes el postre? The dessert. Singular, masculine. So, te lo. Sí, te lo traigo en un minuto. Yes, I'll bring it to you. It to you in a minute. Te la means it for you or it to you when the object is feminine and singular. ¿Me traes la sopa? Can you bring me the soup or do you bring me the soup? Yes, I'll bring it to you in a minute. Sí, te la traigo ahorita. Te la traigo ahorita. And if your object is plural, you have to adjust that lo or that la to make it plural. Te los or te las. Te los if the object is masculine and plural. ¿Me traes los mangos? Sí, te los traigo en un minuto. Can you bring me the mangoes? Yes, I'll bring them to you in a minute. Again, it goes before the conjugated verb. Te las, them to you. You use this one when your object is feminine and plural. ¿Me traes las fresas? Can you bring me the strawberries? Sí, te las traigo en un minuto. I'll bring them to you in a minute. Now, you might be wondering, why is she saying will? Because traigo is in the present tense. So in Spanish, we use the present tense sometimes to refer to an immediate future. Okay, so for example, I could tell you, viajo mañana. I'm traveling tomorrow, or I will travel tomorrow. It's immediate, so it counts. Okay? All right, let's move on. Your turn. Now you have to select, is it te lo, it to you, or te los, them to you. ¿Me traes los plátanos? Now you're going to say, yes, I'll bring them to you in a minute. Sí, te los traigo, because plátanos, masculine. ¿Me traes la piña? Will you bring me the pineapple? La piña, feminine. Sí, te la traigo. Yes, I'll bring it to you in a minute. ¿Me traes el menú? Sí, te lo traigo ahorita. ¿Me traes las moras? Can you bring me the berries? Sí, te las traigo ahorita because moras, feminine, plural. So here's an example in just conversation and how these can pop up. ¿Me das un licuado de manzana? Can you give me an apple smoothie? Me das un licuado de manzana. And the person may answer, te lo doy para llevar. Te lo, it to you. Do I give it to you to go? Te lo doy para llevar. Sí, por favor. ¿Me lo preparas con manzanas verdes? Can you prepare it for me with green apples? Sí, claro. ¿Te lo aumento a tu cuenta? Do I add it for you to your account? Sí, por favor. Te lo pago mañana, viernes. Yes, please. I'll pay it to you tomorrow, Friday. A person is calling his mechanic because his car just broke down. Te voy a traer mi auto. Se sobrecalentó. I am going to bring you my car. It overheated. Mechanic answered. ¿Me lo traes hoy? Are you bringing it to me today, or will you bring it to me today? It to me. Me lo traes. Sí. Te lo va a llevar la grúa en una hora. Yes. The tow truck will take it to you in an hour. No te preocupes. Don't worry. Te lo arreglo rápido. I will fix it for you fast or quickly. Te lo agradezco. I thank you for it. Okay, so last thing I will cover, because we're not going to go over the rest of the persons yet. I'll cover those in the next video. But at the beginning I said, so far we've practiced putting the combinations, the me lo or te lo, right before the verb. And I said that there are instances where you could put it after. And so this is one of the instances. I'll give you the example right now, where you can put the combination after, okay? Like we do in English. Buy it for me, all right? Example, el café te lo traigo en un momento. That's what we've studied so far. The coffee, I'll bring it to you in a moment. However, if you have something like this, where you have el café, te lo voy a traer en un momento. Now you have two verbs, and the second verb is an infinitive. In this instance, you could do what we've been doing so far. You could say, te lo voy a traer. You're putting that te lo, I am going to bring it to you in a moment, right before the first conjugated verb. The first conjugated verb here is voy. However, if you have this case where you have two verbs and the second verb is an infinitive, then you have a choice. You can do what we just did, which is put it before the first conjugated verb, or you can put it after the second one and attached. Notice that we added that te lo after the infinitive, but we attached it. Now it's one word. And because when we attach it, it becomes such a long word, we need to add an accent. Here's another example where it's acceptable to add it to the second verb. And that is when you have a present participle. Example, el postre, the dessert, te lo estoy haciendo ahora mismo. I am making it, estoy haciendo, right now. Te lo estoy haciendo. So this is our normal way where we added it before the first conjugated verb. However, when you have this participle or the present progressive, you can add it to your second verb. El postre, estoy haciéndotelo. We attached it to the second verb and then we added an accent because it became a really long word. Last example, el café, tráemelo por favor. So if you're using a command or an imperative, you can also attach it. However, don't worry about this one. If you are one of my students in my class this semester, don't worry about this one because we have not learned the imperative commands just yet. Okay? So for now, I'm going to stop here, and the second part of the video will have the rest of the combinations. Okay? But so far, what we have learned, me lo, and then all the rest of the combinations, right? Me la, me los, me las. Te lo, te los, te las, te la. And then we learned that we can put that combination, that it to me or it to you, before the first conjugated verb. We learned that you could put it after, but only if you have two verbs in your sentence. You can put it after the infinitive and attach it, or you can put it after the present participle and attach it. Okay? But if you want to keep things simple, then you can just first learn to use it by putting it before the first conjugated verb. That's it for today. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, consider subscribing and giving a like and writing me a comment. Okay? I hope this helped, and look for the next video where I will go over the rest of the combinations. If you learned something new, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe. Adiós amigos, sigan estudiando, les mando un abrazo y hasta la próxima. Adiós.